from a young age, I grew up with computers. And so I'd always felt very comfortable with computers. When it came to other things, though, like tablets, iPads, cell phones, I was always a little behind the curve. So I was a little worried about picking up this technology, but luckily it's very well designed. It's pretty easy to pick up, at least from my perspective. So to start out here, I'm going to talk about Doceri. Doceri is an app that you can use, as Liz mentioned, to basically make different kinds of annotations. You can record projects as well that you've presented on. We talk about blood types. And so what I did was I made this just diagram here and actually recorded a short presentation of it. To make what's called like a concept map or a mind map. And it's really useful in a lot of things in biology to show these connections between topics. And in the past, I just basically give them a handout, like a little written example, and described it and written a small one on the board. What I did this time was I had students pass this iPad around and actually did it in real time in class. So essentially what you can do here is, let's say our immune system is our central topic. If you wanted to add a new sub-branch off of that, you click on the little plus sign, and you can type in whatever you wanted. So just repeat another one here. We can say surface barriers. That's the first line of defense of the body. Click somewhere. You can drag that, position it as you like. You can put little notes here saying, okay, surface barriers. This is the first line of defense. So in case someone wanted to go back and review it, that would be stored there, that little yellow square in the corner there. And anyway, it gives a nice overall picture kind of used for student review and just to see how these different topics correlate. It looks a lot cleaner on here than it shows up on the screen. It's a little bit fuzzy. But this is something that I want to incorporate more and use earlier on in the semester. And these iBooks are really kind of amazing, at least the one that I found here. I try not to pay for apps if I don't have to, because you never know. They warn you, it's like, ooh, buyer beware. You spend it, that's gone forever. No matter if the app works or not, they don't care. And so this one was like $2.99, like for a whole book. I wonder how good it's going to be. And so I just I'll give it a shot. Students the opportunity to use this instead of other textbook to save a lot of money and still get the content. So the cool thing about iBooks, electronic books, is the fact that you have a lot of interactivity built in. So I click on this over here, human heart, and diagram basically of the menstrual cycle, and it shows a variety of different things. It shows the thickness of the lining of the uterus, the development of the mature egg when it ruptures, ovulates, and is released down there. Also shows hormone levels, and it makes these changes in the image to show how these changes actually occur inside the female body from menstruation. Here, these labels to try to let the students know. I put one wrong here, just to see what it shows. Check it to show, but I put that wrong one anyway. Students can use this to help prepare for exams and so on. Anyway, it's a really nice resource, very affordable. I think it might be something that students would consider using. As Salil said, there's just so many resources out there. Sometimes it's hard to know where to start, a little daunting at first. But what I suggest is just, try a few free ones, play around with it, see if it's something you like. If not, you can just delete it. And for me, oftentimes, just in life in general, a good way to learn is trial and error. And that's one of the problems I think that sort of a lot of modern classes have, is the fact that we've got things that are designed to work, and sometimes students learn more by making mistakes. And so same thing for us with technology here. Sometimes that you learn by realizing, turn the volume knob up, things like that. Hopefully I remember in the future. Do a formal assessment of the impact of these changes on my students. I'd like to do that in future semesters. One thing that I do is I teach multiple sections of the same course, so I could have the opportunity perhaps to integrate technology in more robust ways in one course, not in another, compare some of the results and see, maybe do some sort of a student survey to see their perceptions. And then my next steps would be to further integrate technology within my course. This was sort of a kind of a rollout thing. I just started this semester with it, so I want to definitely develop more doceri videos, maybe try to video myself up on the whiteboard. And then there's this other technology I didn't talk about called soft chalk. And that very last thing in the ebook I showed you, where students can kind of mix and label parts and so on, you can actually create your own with this soft chalk software. It's available to all faculty for free. And that's something I want to work on developing some of those